Hey guys, it's Allison, and this is my review of Taylor Swift's new album, Reputation. So, let's get on started. The album begins with Ready For It, which is the perfect intro track for this album. It gives fans all sorts of tastes of everything that's going to be coming. You've got the jarring bass line to begin to show the aggressive side of the first half of the album, and then the chorus is more of a light, dreamy, airy love song, which reflects a lot of the second half of the album. You get like the prison theme right off the bat, which you see again in Getaway Car, a couple other talk about cages. I think this track does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is fresh, it's new, it's got that anticlimactic chorus that you see in tracks like What You Made Me Do. It's perfect for her to open up tours with, so it's overall just meant to be a fun track, and that's what it is, so I think it does its job. And then the next song on the album is, of course, Endgame with Future and Ed Sheeran. I particularly do enjoy this track. I think lyrically it's very good. You've got the really catchy Big Reputation hook, and you've got really awesome, unique lines, like there's I bury hatchets, but I keep maps of where I put them, is such a good line, just in general. You've got the very memorable I Swear I Don't Love the Drama, It Loves Me. I think this track is obviously, I think it's bound to be a single, but it's got so many memorable lines and memorable bits to it. Like when we go into the bridge, it's I hit you like bang, and then you get Taylor kind of rapping a little bit more like speak singing. And then, of course, the rap verses with Future and Ed Sheeran are very purposeful. I think a lot of people, when they heard Future's verse, they weren't much of a fan of it, but I think it does fit in with the overall vibe of the song, which is, the vibe of the song is odd to hear from Taylor Swift, but I think it does work because it's talking about the aggressive, high-energy point in a relationship where you are desperate to be someone's end game. The next song is I Did Something Bad, which is perfect. It's probably one of the best songs of the album, in my opinion. Lyrically, amazing. It opens up with I Never Trust a Narcissist in the first verse, and then the second verse opens up with I Never Trust a Playboy. I don't think it's Taylor making fun of herself, but I think it's Taylor saying kind of a look how I am, like a look what you made me do-esque track. It's talking about how she is in relationships and how it's not a bad thing. People say the way she handles her relationships is a bad thing. It's not really that bad, and that's what she's saying. Her vocals are amazing on it. I think musically and production-wise, the song is amazing. The build-up before the chorus, where it fades out, drops out all of a sudden, and then it builds up to a big, you said I did something bad. It's perfect. This song and a lot of songs on the album are in minor keys, which is interesting because a lot of Taylor's previous music has been in major keys, and this sort of reflects the new, like, Reputation, this dark side vibe of the album. And then after I Did Something Bad, we get Don't Blame Me, which is a lower energy for the most part. It's slower, it's gospel style. I don't think this song is in the top of the list lyrically. I think the love is a drug metaphor is a little tired, but I do believe where this song really shines is in the production and in the vocals, which are spectacular. The low, steady driving drums are amazing. The little sounds sprinkled in the background. It's all very stripped and very focused on the vocals, which is very nice. And then you get a great build up at the end where she hits great high notes. Next is Delicate, which is a much needed, gentler track. These lyrics are a favorite of mine. I like the vibe in the verses, the bum bum ba da bum ba da bum, and the production, and then how in the second verse, I believe, a new snare kicks in. I think it is. I don't remember. And then you get more of a groove. This is like a grooving song while also being very gentle and soft and pretty, and the background, isn't it delicate, and then there's a higher, softer, delicate after that, which is very pretty. I said in my reaction, the song sounds like it's inside of Taylor's head. It sounds like it's the thoughts bouncing in the walls of her mind, like, is that cool that I said all that? Is this okay? Am I going to ruin this relationship's potential? And it really does a great job of sounding like it's inside of a head, with all the different voices saying different things, and it's repetitive, and I'm unsure, and it really reflects that. The next song is Look What You Made Me Do, which I already did a review of, but I just wanted to touch on how interesting it is that some people will say, this song is amazing, artistically what it's doing is great, which is what I say, and you should go watch my review of that. But some people are like, oh my god, this is the worst song I've ever heard. It really depends on who you are. Everybody thinks different things. So whatever you think about this song, good for you. I think it's a great first single. It perfectly described the change in vibe from 1989 to Reputation. The next track is So It Goes. It's not as catchy. When I listen to it, I enjoy it, but it's not one that I keep wanting to go back to. I think the lyrics are good. I think it's an interesting song, but nothing about it really stands out, which is my only complaint with this song. I think the bridge is good. I enjoy the bridge. The one thing I will say about So It Goes is the pieces fall drop is at such a weird place, and it's like, and our drop pieces fall, and it's very unpredictable. The last time you get it, and our pieces fall, and it makes sense, but I think it's so weird and surprising, but it's really cool because I think that's what this whole album is going for. It's going for the shock value, and it's great. I like that music is going for things that should be different, and that chorus in general is just very satisfying. The not a bad girl, but I do bad things with you. It's so smooth and very nice, and just a nice chorus to listen to. Gorgeous is one of those really fun to dance to. Just when you're alone in your room, you just put the song on and you just dance all over the place, singing the words too. That's that kind of song. The lyrics are funny. It's just a fun song. When I first heard it, I was just like, this is so cute and sassy and just funny, and I really related to it right off the bat. A lot of the sounds in the production are really unique, which is super fun. The lyrics are just, you don't really see lyrics like that too often. Just completely contradictory to any sort of love song you think, but also in the same way. It's exactly how you feel at the start of a relationship, like, oh my god, I wish I didn't have such a crush on you kind of deal. And I think this song is amazing. I love it. With Getaway Car, the lyrical metaphor throughout is super. The story, the narrative are all amazing, but also the production is great with the very 80s sound, the cool synths going on, reminiscent of the 1989 album. The rhythms are kind of cool. No, nothing good starts in a getaway car. It's like, it's very paced, and I quite like that about it. It's very catchy. King of My Heart has definitely grown on me a lot. It originally was one of my take or leave songs, but I'm starting to really like it, especially the bridge. That I thought I reflects from crush, drinking beer out of plastic cups is one of my favorites. I like the production, the groove of it, the rhythms going on with the drums. I think the bass line is really obnoxiously strong in this song. It's almost overpowering. The production is nice, it's just too much, I think, is my opinion with this song. I'm not the biggest fan of the lyrics. I think they're really nice, but they don't personally get to me that much. I do like the idea of All at Once, Someone Is Your Everything. Next up is Dancing with Our Hands Tied, which I was not so much of a fan of the first time, but this was the first song that I found was getting caught in my head. Like, it was caught in my head after the first time I listened to it. Oh, you're dancing, and then the beat drops. It's good. I think the production really emphasizes the lyrics and the vocals. The bridge is one of my favorite bridges I have ever heard. I can see as the lights went out. That part, it makes me sad, but it feels so great, and then it builds up, and then the chorus again. It's a perfect reflective song. It's reflecting on hard times. The lyrics are superb. They're just really good. They especially stand out in the bridge, like I said. It's talking about a relationship that had it good, but we knew it was going to end badly. But I wish I could go back and hold you again. And I love that song for so many reasons. Next up is Dress, which is an extremely popular one. It is catchy. It's great. I love to dance to this one. So much going on with the production, and the lyrics are decent. That was so... The lyrics are good. They're not the best on the album, but they're really good, and the production makes the song danceable, yet also very sexy and very smooth and very nice. This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things was immediately one of my favorites. It's got that annoying chorus, this is why we can't have nice, but it gets caught in your head. The lyrics are amazing. The way she uses her voice is so annoying and so perfect, and oh my gosh, I love that it's making a statement. I love that she is owning everything it is. Here's a toast to my real friends is so much fun to sing when you're angry. The whole song, I think, is just a great move by Taylor to get out all her anger in such a fun way. The most important thing about this song is it's not just, oh, I'm angry, this is why I'm angry. It's, let's have fun. I'm so angry, but let's make this a fun song. My life was so great before, and you came and took all my nice things away. My favorite track on the album is Call It What You Want. This song is so old Taylor. It kills me. The narrative style, in fact, how in the bridge she talks about, she remembers November asking a question. It's a story, but it's also so cute. It's a great love song. It's very country. If you listen to the acoustic version, you're like, oh my god, this is a country song. Like, what? There's a country song in Reputation, and it's Call It What You Want, 100%. Listen to the acoustic version with the cello and the guitar, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful song. There's so many great lyrics. The one that always gets me is, I know I've made the same mistakes every time, bridges burn, I never learn, at least I did one thing right. I like how very underproduced it is. It's very focused on the lyrics, which is nice because the lyrics are important. It's telling a story. It's summarizing the whole album. The My Gossip Girl in the Overnight is like people talking about her. I did something bad. Look what you made me do. This is why we can't have nice things on the album. Is that first verse? She's got this person, and same person we've been hearing about for the whole album, basically. Dress, and So It Goes, and Ready For It. This person is what's making her so happy. And so this song is essentially a closer. In like, it summarizes everything that we've had, but it's so much more because it's so much of itself. Call It What You Want is its own identity. But if you had to sum up the album in one song, it would be Call It What You Want. That's what I think. Ready For It does the same thing. I think I think if you take Ready For It and Call It What You Want, you've heard the whole album, which is so cool because they're like bookends. It starts really aggressive and fades out to New Year's Day, which barely has any production at all. Actually, essentially none. It's just the piano and the two Taylor voices harmonizing. You start Ready For It, this huge bass line, and you get similar songs, and then it sort of transitions after So It Goes, and you get all those songs. You get the Getaway Car, you get the Dress of the album, you come, and then you're at This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, which sounds like nothing we've ever heard from Taylor ever. Then we get Call It What You Want. Here's Call It What You Want. And it's like, wow, we just went on that whole journey to find out Taylor is still the same. We heard, old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. We went on that whole journey to find out the old Taylor's still here. She can't come to the phone right now because she's singing Call It What You Want and New Year's Day. That's why she can't come to the phone right now. New Year's Day is pretty and it's cute, and the idea of it is so adorable that I want everything that's glamorous and beautiful in a relationship, but I also want little moments where we're cleaning and things aren't as sparks, and we're cleaning up bottles, and I still like being with you through these hard times. Her voice is so pretty. The harmonies on the track are beautiful. I love how stripped down it is compared to the rest of the album. It's a perfect closer because of how chill it is. So the whole album is a piece of art. I love this album. I love the story it tells. It's amazing that you go from in your face to don't read last page, and it's a journey. It's a journey of an album that tells all sides of Taylor Swift's life at the given moment, while still being sonically cohesive, which is amazing. It's an amazing feat for Taylor Swift to have made a somehow sonically cohesive album in the midst of all the craziness that she's had. There's two different teams of producers. There's Jack Antonoff, who produces a lot of the latter half of the album, and then you get Martin and Shellback doing a lot of the first half of the album. And in these two very different Taylors, it's somehow the same person. And I think you learn that in songs like Call It What You Want. And then New Year's Day just somehow takes all of that and says, okay, this is where we're at now. So overall, this album was everything I could have wished for it to be. It was completely not what I expected. I did not expect it to sound the same. I kind of thought it would be more like Red, where it's this type of song, this is completely different. But all the songs sound the same, but yet they're so unique. And I think that's really good on Taylor. It shows her artistic talent in that she's able to do the same thing a million different ways. She's experimenting, she's also staying true to who she is, which I appreciate a lot. So while there are some take or leave moments on the album, it's, as a whole, such a work of art. I love the album Reputation. So that's my thoughts. See you guys.